Blog Talk Radio.
Warning. Warning.
Welcome to the 2-minute warning. Where sports fans sound off.
I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind. I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind.
Hey, hey, it is Monday. It's Monday. And your favorite group at the Pride Rules MMA podcast is back. As always, we are brought to you by ADK Fightwear, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, Magana Jiu-Jitsu, and 2-Minute Warning Sports 360. I am your host, the Reverend Tommy D. Joined with me by the gruesome twosome of El Professor, Omar Sangarima, and the freckle-faced assassin, Chris Gucci. What's up, boys?
I can't get over that.
No.
How you doing, Tommy?
Oh, gentlemen, it's the week of Christmas. Chris, your second job, you can finally quit. Chris is the only mall Santa Claus I've ever seen with a hole cut in the front and the back of his pants. It's unbelievable. Never seen that before.
Multitasking. Let it not be said that he can't multitask.
Yo, let it be known that was a swing and a miss, by the way. Valiant effort.
No, you got to signal those with
you.
stretch. You just got to say stretch far away from the mic. That's your thing now. That's legit.
Oh, boy. Well, there were some pretty good events this weekend. Of course, it always has to fall on the same goddamn night. Our buddy, Sean T, had a big fight at CFFC 69, and man, did he show out. Omar, I know you watched it. Like we were talking about before, has to be like the second short armbar I've ever seen in an MMA fight next to Renzo Gracie. What do you think, Omar?
It's one of those things where, you know, not enough people appreciate it, I feel like, but it's up there for me with like a twister or even like a legit omoplata. You don't catch
or
an
an Ezekiel choke.
Or an Ezekiel choke.
Ezekiel choke
and even
MMA?
much less from the bottom. Like, shout out to my Russian homeboy catching those from bottom out. But it's just, those things don't happen. They're low percentage, and that's why it's so impressive to see him do it.
Bottom
and get a
out.
title shot off that shit.
Is that a position, bottom out?
Right? It's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an offensive position. It should be getting fucked, right?
Bottom
you should be
out.
like not thinking. Yeah. Like, right? You should be going, man, I'm gonna bump, I'm gonna shrimp. I just got done teaching the kids class, so yeah, shrimp, bump. Not trying to catch an Ezekiel. Like, what the fuck? Or a short armbar from that side, for God's sakes. And how was that the one they caught him? Like you were saying in the before the show, Tommy. Like, what? Of all things.
Yeah, I mean, he got out of everything. He dumped him on his head with that one takedown.
That was bad.
Put him in an Americana, almost snapped his shoulder out. The guy gets out of it. Sean puts the sugar on him again in the next round. He's getting at his things. Sean gets him cross-side. Boom. Short armbar. That's what gets him out. I don't get it.
It's just like a mental lapse, and then Sean T just always taking arms or taking necks. And there's a combo of both.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything from Sean. But,
no.
well,
he was going to get him
crazy.
no matter what. I mean, I guess it was just a matter of time before he caught him, before he ran out of jiu-jitsu, honestly, because it was going to come to that point.
He was going. He had the same jiu-jitsu book from Renzo Gracie that I did, the Mastering BJJ. Remember the big one with the glossy photos? And he was just going through page by page, just hitting him with every fucking thing that he possibly had. And he's like, yo, fuck it, let's try the short armbar. Ding. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah, and like you said, Omar, he's got his title shot. They made the announcement while they were interviewing him in the cage. And he messaged me on Sunday, and he wants to come on next week. So next week, since Monday is Christmas, we will have the show Tuesday. It will be Takedown Tuesdays for the next 2 weeks because of the holiday. And Sean,
No, we
will
should
be
have
on
it.
next
We should
week.
have it on Monday. We could be ISIS. We should have it on Monday.
Yeah, I didn't
Just
get to see the fight because I was working, but I did see on his Instagram that post that he made about that where he suplexed the fucking dude, manhandled
Killed him.
Oh my God.
He killed him.
It was, dude. It was. You couldn't have asked for a better performance from him. And the announcers.
That's all I needed to see right there. When you see that, it's like, all right, guess I know how that
The
fight went.
announcers were getting on my nerves because one announcer, he's like, well, I think T might be tiring out. He's sitting in cross-eyed. He's preserving his energy. That's not tiring out. I'd like to know how these guys interview for those jobs, because if you put me through a 1-week training course,
first of all,
I would probably be the best announcer they would ever have. Honestly. Because
I'd like
boring.
to see that. Yeah, no,
I'm not going to. I'm going to agree with you, but shameless plug for yourself. I love it.
No, but I mean, yes, but at the same time, it was brutal. It was one of those, remember the first EBIs, back in the day, right? Where they had a lot of dead air, stuff was not, it just wasn't moving. Yeah. It was like that, except with moving pictures, so it was even worse. Because it's something's supposed to be happening. Why are we looking at shots of the crowd? Why did it go to a blank screen? Kind of, but not really. It was a bit of a mess. But Sean got the win, so it was good.
Yeah, and hopefully they make that championship fight soon for him, because
he's on the come up, man. That's happening, huh? He's a lot of big things happening for him lately. Sucker punch deal, title shot. Good for him. Definitely on the come up. See him in the UFC very soon. I can guarantee that.
I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope he doesn't have to go the contender route. I don't want to see that for him, because that's a hit or miss.
Well, whatever.
First
of all, whatever it takes. But I'm sure, he's in a good position right now. For sure. The heavyweight division. He's young. Getting better. Guys before him that have held the title have fought in the UFC, so he's definitely on the right track.
Yeah, and he's suspended at the moment.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
That's cool. Yeah, about that.
Well,
fucking savage.
Well, Chris, since you mentioned the UFC, right after Sean's fight, I didn't watch the rest of the CFFC card because I wanted to jump on over and catch what was going on for the Fox card, and it was all right. It wasn't bad. Omar, I know you watched it.
For sure.
I want to talk about the Ponzinibbio and Mike Perry fight, and what I want to talk about is who the hell would have thought takedowns would have been a deciding factor in that fight? Because that's what it was.
I did. I would have. I hate to say it, but I had
I
this.
would expect it. I'm not surprised by it.
Right. It's almost like when two great wrestlers match up, and then suddenly the boxing or so. Yeah, somebody's he who shall not be named has shitty boxing and comes in and used to fight people in the UFC. Now he's in Bellator. That's the only hint I'll give. But he'll get the buzzer if I say it. But it's one of those things where they're both they're gonna cancel each other out, I think, and they did. Plus my man had a rat tail, so fuck him. But yeah, holy shit, Argentines can throw hands. I didn't know. I thought they just had the tango.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see those guys fight again sometime down the line. But the welterweight division in general is so fucking stacked, bro. I could name 10, 11 welterweights off the top of my head that didn't fight the other night that are legit contenders.
And they're all badass motherfuckers, like you said, right?
Yeah, and you had 4 that fought.
Yeah.
And maybe not legit contenders, but at least tough fights.
Absolutely. And
good
new guys,
up and
coming guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight lived up to the hype with those two. It was definitely a good fight to watch. it was definitely exciting. I was hoping for a knockout, but it was a good fight, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So
I can't gauge Mike Perry, man. Like I don't know if I like him. If I'm a fan, but then I'm not. It's tough. It's tough with
chin,
it.
though.
He's an interesting fucking character, that's for sure.
So what do you guys think next for him? What do you think next for Perry?
I mean,
he didn't get dominated.
GED.
So
maybe like Neil Magny winner, Condit. Who knows? If Condit loses, maybe Condit. If Magny wins, I don't know, man. It's interesting. There's a lot of welterweights. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I think Ponzinibbio should fight Covington.
Oh boy.
Nobody talks about Usman. Nobody talks about there's a lot of good welterweights.
Till. Let's give somebody to Till, and I want to see some fireworks.
Till Usman
would
be interesting because
fight.
Yeah.
Classic striker.
Bloody.
That would be crazy. I think it'd be explosive fireworks no matter what.
Who did you say? Till against who?
Till against Usman. Jesus. And nobody wants to fight Usman, so what the fuck?
Nobody.
I think Till would. Till doesn't give a fuck, as evidenced by stepping in to fight Cerrone and then
I've been wanting to talk about this division for fucking ever because there's so many interesting matchups that haven't taken place yet.
Well, we don't have to delve into why that is. That's a whole show on its own.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a whole show on its own.
Look at the shade. I can't. He fooled shade into shade. He's like a fucking shade dry cleaner. This guy, levels. I swear to God.
Well, if we're going to talk about throwing shade. Let's talk about the Glover Teixeira fight, if we may, for a minute. It was a good win for him, but they're screaming, "Glover's back! Glover's back!" No, he's not. No, he's not. No.
I mean, define back. I mean,
from the dead. Hey, he has his wits about him after Rumble beat the shit out. Knocked him the fuck out.
No, and
it's
tough because you don't want to come off sounding like you're trying to talk shit. Like Glover's legit. He's a tough guy, but back as far as like a contender, no.
I don't see him beating any of the top guys. I don't.
Like maybe he'll beat Shogun.
He'll beat Ninja.
Or if Shogun beat him, is Shogun back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo. Ozdemir's
like, what do you do with him? He will never get a title shot again. He won't.
Maybe you
get
his
AARP card.
Jardine to come out of retirement.
Oh man, Tate Fletcher needs to come out. Fucking throw hands.
Just someone that's completely,
I mean, I like Glover. Like you were saying, Chris, I like him, but
he's a nice guy.
He's a gatekeeper.
It's just he's not getting me to tune in at this point.
I'm tuning in because there's a personal connection there. Like, my girl's uncle actually trains out with him in Connecticut.
Well, that's
shout out to the team. The team is great, and all he has to say is great stuff about Glover. But I mean, if anything, I can just be mad at Father Time. That he was out of the country for so long. Like, he missed his whole prime, was out there.
Yeah.
Fighting wild people. He was the boogeyman in this division for so long. And then look at him and look at DC's career. They could all, or even Rumbles. Like, all three of those guys could have been our world beaters in their own right, maybe still can be, but John Jones fucked them up, all of them. All their careers, all the trajectories.
Yeah, John Jones fucked up his career too. So
he did it to himself too. He's
killing
really
careers
Cocaine
left
Jones.
and right.
Cocaine Bones has been killing careers since he was born.
DC, I gotta give DC credit, man. He manages to still give himself a pat on the back for the John Jones thing. Like, well, he was on steroids. I'd beat him if he wasn't. But you never know.
What about cocaine? What about cocaine, though? The first one was Cocaine Jones.
Well, that's what the whole thing is. I think it's cocaine laced with steroids.
I could see that. Okay.
That's what Joe Rogan was telling us. That's it. That's the master we're selling us.
And we were all scoffing. I was scoffing. I love Joe, but I'm still,
No,
like,
I mean,
hey.
like, you never know, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck knows?
Unless you're the guy with the credit card.
Here's my thing with that. If there's roids and coke, then how come most of these cokeheads that you see are fucking skinny as shit?
I'm doing all the
maybe they're not working out. I don't fucking know, bro.
Maybe they're not getting their reps in. Like he's a weird.
And I thought it was.
You could take steroids, not work out, and get fat. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
That's what
but when
do.
you artificially, accelerate your heart rate, maybe your metabolism just speeds up a little bit too.
No.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, bro.
Yeah.
He just Rick James us. Thanks, man.
That's it. That's my final answer.
That's
So,
you can't be mad at it.
Could the three of us agree that Glover would probably be better off in Bellator?
I want to see him in the heavyweight tournament. I'd love to see him in that tournament.
Yo, I was just gonna bring that up actually. Well, not just that. I was gonna bring that up on the chat. We do like a UFC washed up UFC fighters that are washed that should fight in a tournament. Like a light heavyweight tournament. That's the same way Bellator's doing.
Can we add 155ers in there? Because there's an Irish guy I'd love to throw in there.
Oh my God. What? Like really?
You're saying Connor's washed, bro? Because the Bellator tournament is a bunch of washed fighters.
Come on. It's too much sometimes. It's just too much.
Any opportunity I get to bash the...
Yeah, but I mean, okay, but like some of it is rooted in semblance of making sense, but washed, oh God.
I don't even acknowledge that.
I can't even buzzer it. It doesn't even merit a buzzing.
Yeah, no, I don't want us to get kicked off Blog Talk for you hitting an extra fucking button, please.
Stop it. I have it well in hand right now. Wireshark is my friend. We're good. We're good.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, do you think Bellator would probably benefit from a guy like Glover in the light heavyweight division?
Absolutely.
I mean,
it needs more strikers.
Of course they would, because they're putting guys like Tito Ortiz and Chael Sonnen out there, so of course they would.
Well, yeah, but I'm meaning for exciting fights, considering the whole division is wrestlers, except for Liam.
Him versus Liam would be a
tossed
up of epic proportions, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be a good fight, but I think Liam fucks him up, though, at this point.
Oh, I think so, too. But at least it wouldn't be a fucking, 5-round hump fest. You know what I mean? He would just lay on top of Liam. And I don't think Liam would even go for any of the jiu-jitsu. He would just stand up with him because of his range. And I think Bellator would probably pay him more.
Of course, that would be a good fight. That would be, but what is the UFC? That's very thin up there. I think they might have learned from the, dare I say his name, situation that they really don't have many guys that they could march out there and fight.
I got my hand on the buzzer, bro. I got my hand right there. It's right there. All right, don't. I would never utter that name.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, maybe some of these middleweights won't feel like cutting weight anymore, and go up to light heavyweight soon enough.
Well, I think now that the middleweight division has kind of got like a little adrenaline rush with the GSP vacating, there's some clarity to the division finally. So I don't think anybody that, if they haven't left, they ain't leaving at this point.
Well, we'll see. Let's roll on to the next one here so we can get through this stuff before we got to give Amanda a call. Ricardo Lamas got knocked the fuck out.
His new name is Lorenzo. He got knocked back into his alter ego, Lorenzo Lamas, and he's like a bit actor on a bad TV show.
I've never liked Lamas because of his stupid Conor McGregor parody videos that he made. I just always thought he was trying too hard from that point, so it was nice to see.
Oh, I mean,
too scary.
Jorge Rivera made stupid videos about Michael Bisping. People didn't hate him for that.
You better, yeah. Watch how you talk about the God. All right, let's
Look,
keep it moving.
I know he's your Puerto Rican fucking
My
God.
compadre.
But those videos that he made were stupid.
They were terrible.
They were stupid.
They were horrendous. All right, but I'm still riding for him. So let's keep it chugging along here. Let's go. Yep. So you were saying,
what do you think?
Ricardo
You think Emmett's the truth in that division, or do you think Lamas is kind of on the back skid?
Washed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. God, he's
Yep.
gone. Does he have a tattoo of a rosary around his neck? Because I feel like he should if he doesn't. He strikes me as that just comes, I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I could just see Lamas fucking rocking that the next fight.
We could just let Cubby Swanson and Lamas fight each other 100 times in a row, and nobody will care about it.
Yeah, and Brian Ortega will be on the sidelines laughing, being like, well, did that once. I'm good. That's it.
And the funny thing is, Lamas was outstriking him in that fight. Lamas was outstriking him, but, oof. Good night.
Hey, man. Yo, that was brutal, too. It was so hard. He fell down. He had, like the half prayer hands going, but they froze in place, which is always scary to see on a knockout. I'm glad he's okay. Like, he's washed and this, that, and the third, but I saw him on Twitter said,
no, I joke. These guys aren't washed.
Yeah.
They're top, fighters in the world, fighting the best guys in the world. We joke around, but.
And he's fine. And he's physically okay. He was tweeting, he's okay.
Yeah. Like, are you saying he's washed because USADA is in play? Is that what you're implying?
Whoa, look at him. Whoa.
So what I'm saying is he's washed. And I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. But I wouldn't be surprised. Would you?
Right now. Tommy's T just coming out. Being like,
I'll tell you what. Speaking of USADA, RDA.
He's got a better scientist now.
All right, so since Chris has already spun us on into the...
Finish him!
Exactly. Last week, I definitely told you Dos Anjos can do enough just to get and eke out a decision, and it's kind of what he did.
He did a little more than eke it out.
Hold on.
Yeah, he outstruck the shit out of Robbie Lawler.
He hit Robbie Lawler with a 32-piece.
Yeah, there was like 43 punches landed in 23 seconds or something.
It was 2 punches a second.
It was bad, dude.
Right? He ate the star. He ate the star and just went ding, 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 ding.
I told you last week, I think Dos Anjos looks 100 times better in this division than he did at 55.
Too bad he's 4 feet tall. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle against some of these younger, more athletic welterweights.
Give him till.
Lawler, I think he gets eaten by these bigger guys. Like, I don't know how he would handle Woodley's wrestling.
Well, he's going to get a big name because, Lawler is right up in the top. Was right up.
And you
got
guys like Wonderboy calling him out. I mean, if you got Wonderboy calling him out, that's the biggest name you're going to get in that division at this point. As far as getting close to a title shot, you beat Wonderboy.
Covington is the one.
I'm just saying, as far as getting a title shot goes, like that's your.
Covington needs to be a bag of fucking dicks, though. I'm getting tired of his bullshit. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like he spoiled Star Wars. You know what? So I hope he wakes up and his dick falls off. Like I'm just really, I tried to come at him on Twitter from
there was another UFC fighter that spoiled. The last Star Wars.
Well, he should die too. Cause fuck him, all right? Cause come on, this is American mythology. There's no need to be a troll, all right? If your mom didn't love you enough, don't put that on anybody else. But no, I tried to come at him from the Pride Rules Twitter, and I got no response. I thought it was clever too, but he didn't bite. So what the fuck can I do?
It's because you're not me. That's why.
That's probably what it was.
Oh,
I tried to pull a Tommy.
Goodness fucking gracious. It's because you're not him. That's why, Omar. If only you were him.
That's twice. That's if I know. You know what? I can't. The thing is, I know when I'm defeated in a verbal. We're not even arguing, but like he got me on that one because let's look at results. All right, and this segues perfectly into our guest. Right? Who did he get to respond? And Twitter blew the fuck up. Right?
And it's still going, by the way.
It is. It has a life of its own. The internet's a loving and giving place sometimes. It's generous. It gives and it takes away.
The queen that had her fucking crown snatched.
Her snatch crown?
Multiple times in a row.
I'm sure she got her snatch crowned a couple times in the interim as well.
Easy.
Well, she is in Puerto Rico now, so I'm sure it's happening more than she, might want to have.
Whoa! Hold on.
No. More than she might want it? Did you just imply?
That's 100% that come on. I was listening. More than she's used to? Yes. Better than she's used to? Of course. But more than she wants to, I need to draw the line, Thomas. All right? Let's keep the T report back in the fucking track.
More
than she would like.
All right? You raped 3 people on national TV 15 years ago, and suddenly it's a black guy. Yeah, I got nothing. My people are famous for that and that only. Yeah. No, it was the Puerto Rican Day Parade, yeah. It was a fucking black guy for everybody. We hate it, so fuck it. Can't even say nothing. Tommy's got me twice today. Shit. Third time, I got to bounce off the podcast if he gets me. It's over. Oh, Jesus.
Well, all right. So before we call Amanda, what do you think's next for Lawler?
Bellator.
Oh.
That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
I know.
Well, actually, you know what? No. That would happen because Scott Coker would probably throw him a ton of money to fight Rory McDonald again.
I would.
What does Lawler's deal look like? I mean, I'm going to check.
What do you mean?
Like, what his fight deal is like? Because it depends. If he's got, like, 1 or 2 fights left, if he's only got 1 fight left, then it would change things for me. I don't think that he's going to contend anymore.
I don't see Dana letting him go just because no matter what, Robbie Lawler is always a draw. Always has been. He
always will be. And I think he's earned enough in the company to do so.
Maybe like a Masvidal. But they train together, don't they?
Yes and no, I guess. I don't know what he's doing. Is Hoofed officially like a separate entity now? Yeah, it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought that was American Top Team, though.
No.
Yeah, but it broke away from ATT.
Yeah, like there's so much going on with that, I can't keep up.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think teammates matter anymore at this point. It doesn't matter. Extended teammates, it's not going to matter. And you're going to see that with the lightweight division very soon.
Maybe Robbie moves up.
What?
185? Why not? Yeah, that's not crazy.
I mean, I'm sure he's struggling with the weight.
He's getting older.
I think he gets dusted at 185.
By who? Bisping?
I don't.
No. Sorry.
I don't see Lawler at 185.
Didn't he fight it at what the fuck?
He fought 185 a lot of his career, I thought.
He was a 185 at Rumble on the Rock.
He was a 185-pound champ, I believe, in Strikeforce.
Yes, he was. Did Mayhem take it from him?
That was Strikeforce.
Wow.
10 years ago.
He should have everybody, though.
No, I'm not. I love Robbie Lawler. But I don't want to see him go up to middleweight. I don't want to see him get knocked the fuck out at middleweight. I don't want to see that.
I don't think there's much. There's not much else left for him though, aside from being, say, a name to make other young guys make their names.
Just say gatekeeper.
Stop. No, journeyman maybe.
I know you don't want to say it, but that's
I don't want to put that on. It's Robbie fucking Lawler. How dare have some respect for God's sakes.
Is it possible to make a former champ to be a gatekeeper?
I mean, it happened to Big Rig, right? Quick. So he did that to himself, though. Steak did that to him.
All right. So what about Dos Anjos? Who do you think he's got next?
The Golden Snitch.
Maybe Wonder Boy. Usada.
Yeah, but Wonder Boy's already got a dance partner right now.
Usada.
Yeah, that's who he's gonna dance with. He's gonna dance out the. Oh, they're coming in the front. I need to check the back door for something. There's something on the porch in the back. I think Amazon left a package. Fucking going. Shit.
Maybe Colby, because the whole Verdun situation, they're both Kings MMA. That would be a nice story. I could see that happening.
You're gonna be dodging motherfuckers like Anne Frank if they come knocking at his door. You're gonna be getting the fuck right to
Didn't he tweet like, "You filthy animal, come defend your countryman, you filthy animal," or something like
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I want Verdum to catch him in the street with a fucking boomerang again. Like, it just needs to happen.
Well, I mean, I feel like RDA Covington would be a high-selling fight at this point. That's like the best you could do for Covington without giving a title shot.
Can we take a second, though, to see if the unborn baby on the side of RDA's head is okay after that fight? The fuck was up with that cauliflower here, though? Oh, my God. Jesus. It kept trickle bleeding till you could tell it like popped in the back because of how it was bleeding down. And then his cornerman kept on wiping the side of his head during the interview. I'm like, that just drain it. Cut it off. Having one ear ain't so bad. You know? Come on, well, come over to the club. Like, fuck, man. That thing looked like an anti-abortion ad on the side of his head. It was just like, choose life. I'm like, nah, bro. Get out of here. I like having stuff.
Well, so we'll see. We'll definitely see where they go with Dos Anjos from there. There's like Chris said, there's some exciting fights up and coming. Hopefully, you know, the right decision gets made. I don't know if Tyron is actually going to do the shoulder surgery or not, because you know Colby is really trying to get that title shot. But Chris, while Omar's trying to get Amanda on the line, I wanted to talk to you about something. And if Omar will jump on after, that's cool. So, last week, Joanna Jędrzejczyk and her coach, I mean, Omar just doesn't listen to a fucking word I say.
How'd that go?
Hello?
Hello?
Motherfucker.
Amanda?
Hi.
Hi, Amanda. It's you're on the Pride Rules podcast.
Yeah, I think.
Oh man. So I wanted to give you an opening. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the tough 23 finalist Amanda Baba Cooper on, our hero, because you've taken out the self-proclaimed queen of MMA. So we thank you so much for that wonderful fight that you had a couple weeks ago. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're good. So how you feeling?
Good.
That's a big win for you.
Yeah, big win. I'm really excited. It was awesome. You know, right in my hometown, so it couldn't have been any better.
So I saw one of the reports that you had said that she was definitely weird. What were you talking about when you said that?
I mean, I think everyone knows. You know, I don't think I need to explain it. You just want to hear me explain it. You know, you just want to hear me explain it. I've heard explain it 500 times already. Everyone knows she's a little off. She just, just truly, believes the things that she says, and everyone's a little different. So that's just all I mean by that is a lot different than me, a lot different than most fighters. The game at this point is pretty much mental. Your confidence and believing in yourself, and it's crazy, to see how many losses, see how many times she's been in the cage and been knocked down, and still continues to have confidence like she does in herself. So I think that's kind of what I meant by a little off. I just think the normal person, the normal athlete, the normal fighter wouldn't, be able to continue and still have the confidence that she has with all the downfalls she's had.
Well, you definitely fought a terrific fight. I mean, your jiu-jitsu was looking absolutely phenomenal. Has Dana talked to you about anything else in the future? Any future fights for you?
Nope, haven't been talking of a fight yet. You know, I messaged the matchmaker about it, and you know, we'll try to see what we can put on. And for now, I just want to enjoy the holidays and catch up on priorities and do all the things that I haven't been doing for months, just so you know, get through the holidays and maybe at the first of the year try to look for a fight.
Who are you looking for? Because,
no one in particular. Don't have anyone in mind. I don't like to think about things like that right now. Once I get an opponent in my head, that's pretty much all I think about. So I don't think about who's next. I just think about time, location. That's about it.
That sounds good. Omar, Chris, you guys got any questions for Amanda? No?
I was letting Chris go. I know Chris has been prepping and chomping at the bit for the interview, so I didn't want to upstage my boy there. Chris,
nice.
You still on with us, or did you faint? Are you okay? What's going on? I feel like we might have
lost
Chris.
him.
I think so. He might have just gotten into cardiac arrest once he got on the phone. But
no.
exactly. Come back, Chris. So the fixating on the holidays, like, speak a little bit, because I think not a lot of people really realize, unless they're around fighters or they have, you know, people on an extended team, say, that do fight. But speak a little bit about the personal sacrifices, that those things that you did have to put on hold throughout all this prep. Like, what are you coming back to?
You know, my family lives pretty far away from me, so in the same state, but I just don't get to see them as often as I'd like. So, and I always seem to cancel on things when I get close to a fight. You know, I always have family dinners and I have to cancel, or can't eat with them, or whatnot. And it's not always that I don't see people. You know, I try to see my friends, but I'm just not really there. You know, even though I'm there, I just have so much to focus on. I'm, you know, stressed. I'm worried about getting back to training and what time I got to leave. So I'm never able to enjoy myself around my family or friends. You know, my boyfriend misses being able to spend time with me, and, you know, me not have to be, like, worried about food or when I'm eating or what my training session is, or being too tired. So I'm excited to not have to think about my fight. I can just, you know, be with my family during the holidays, be with my friends, and be part of everything and be able to enjoy a little bit more, because when I'm in fight camp, you know, I'm not really enjoying much other than, you know, all I'm doing is training and thinking about my opponent and visualizing. And so priorities just like that. You know, I'm not a big partier, not a big drinker, you know, so that stuff isn't stuff I'm worried about. I'm just trying to spend quality time with the friends and family that I, you know, care about.
Now, I wanted to ask you this. During your fight camp, how tough is the weight cut for you? Do you cut much weight?
I think I cut 7 pounds in the bath, so that's not bad at all. I've had to cut 8, I've had to cut 9, I've had to cut 12 before, so this was by far the best cut I've had. I worked with a nutritionist this time, and he had me eating so many calories, so many carbs, every fats. He had me eating so much all the way up to my fight. I've never done that before. He did it perfectly. I didn't even know how great it would be to work with someone like that. But first time I've used someone like that, I usually do it myself, but I end up like starving myself and not having any energy and being horrible and not being able to train well. Because of the diet that I had leading up to this fight, I was able to train 100% every training session. You know, you're training multiple times a day. Food is important. So I finally figured it out and got it down to a science, and this is, you know, perfect weight cuts.
Who is your nutritionist for this site?
His name is Dylan Dunnington, and he's with he's a new company. It's called Target Nutrition, and he's pretty much doing everyone on my team's nutrition. And we haven't had a fighter miss weight or, you know, even have to struggle past 10% of their body or 8% of their body weight in a weight cut. So he's doing his job really well, and you know, he like pretty much quit his job and just has an office at the gym now and does it full time, and it's his passion. So I'm thankful that I've been starting working with him because, like I said, I thought I could do it before. I did do it. I just was doing it the wrong way.
Did you feel better in the fight as a result too? Like, did you know?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I 100% did. I felt clear. I felt, and that because the easy weight cut it was, I didn't have to even, the struggle of like, wonder if I will feel good, wonder if I'm going to perform good. I didn't have to wonder about that. I just felt great the whole time. I definitely noticed a big improvement of working with him.
Awesome.
Well, the reason why I was asking about the weight cut, obviously on your season of The Ultimate Fighter, you got to interact with Joanna Jędrzejczyk a lot. And I don't know if you saw this, but a week ago, her and her coach had come out and said that the only reason why she lost to Rose Namajunas was because her weight cut almost killed her. Now, you interacted with her. Does she look like she's heavy for your division when she's not in camp?
I think she's big, yeah. I mean, she's tall. She's a little bit taller. Her arms are really skinny. Her shoulders are skinny, but she's got pretty, like when I saw her in the off season, she looked pretty heavy. I mean, she shouldn't be, I feel like she shouldn't have an issue making weight, but I do think she probably gains weight a lot when she's off season. So maybe she gained a lot and had a hard time losing it. Maybe she didn't stay as fit for this fight camp. I'm not sure what it was. But I honestly, every weigh-in, she does look drained, though. She looks rough. So maybe, but you can't make that an excuse because she's done it 15 times, and you've done it, you've done it every time, hasn't missed weight. So why is this time worse than any other time? And if it was hard before, maybe, you should have thought about moving up a weight class or whatnot, or changing something in your diet or your training because, yeah, you can't take those chances at a title fight. You can't take them.
Yeah, and just like you had said, it doesn't look like it ever really bothered her before. In her past fights, it doesn't look like she was somebody who was drained or dehydrated. She looked like she was definitely tip top.
Yeah,
with that season, I got to ask, what was it like with Claudia and her in person?
They just just didn't like each other, very uneasy, very nervous around each other. That's what it looked like to me, just nerves, like they didn't want to be around each other because they weren't sure what the other person was going to do or say. And so, their rebuttal is just attack back, and it's quite funny because they didn't speak great English, so their shit-talking was a little PG.
Yeah. It was like, it was weirdly restrained. It was like I was in a couple of the videos like kind of laughing to myself because they're like, go back to the jungle, you're ugly. Go away, you're ugly. It's just like, well, what in the hell? Like, the worst shit talking on TV. People are like, it looks so fake. I'm like, it was so bad, it couldn't have been fake. If it was fake, they would have came up with better shit. You wanted to tell them that, hey, listen, this is on cable past 10 o'clock. You can let a couple of things go. But you just couldn't string it together. Like, hey, guys, come on. It's not an ABC, all right? Let's hear a couple F-bombs. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, your season was so strange because it was like the coaches hated each other, but it seemed like everybody in the house liked each other. So
super chill.
Unlike really any tough that we've ever seen.
Everyone had a great time. Yeah, I think that the coaches are the ones that made it awkward for everyone because we're like, we all liked each other, even if we're fighting each other, but then you had our coaches that didn't like each other. We're like, no, fuck your coach. No, fuck your coach. And not you guys. You guys are cool, but your coach sucks. And that's kind of like how, our hate went towards the coaches hating each other, not the other way around, So I think that was probably one of the best seasons for the fighters not having any drama.
Now, what did the finale feel like? What did that feel? Because I know you had your fights with King of the Cage and Invicta, but what was how were you feeling for that finale fight?
I felt great, I was happy. I was confident. I came in, it was just like, no matter what happens, this is a dream come true. And, I was just very thankful to be there. And I don't know, it's one of the, even though I lost, it was one of the best, moments of my life walking out to my first UFC fight.
And I'm glad they kept you because, you see some of the finalists, like if they lose the fight, they don't keep them. Like Tom Galecchio from the last season, they didn't keep him. So we're happy that they kept you because I love watching you fight. I can't remember the girl's name that you fought in Belfast. Was it Elma Rose? Was that her last name?
Elmos, yeah.
Yeah. Your boxing in that fight was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Just compared to her.
Stop it. Look at
that shot
I'm kidding.
Hit you with, though, was that a trip? When she hit you with that shot, did she actually knock you down, or did you trip?
It was just off balance from when I threw a kick, so I was on one leg. She hit me, and I hit the ground.
Yeah, because it didn't look like you were stunned or anything. I think the announcer...
No, I've actually been dropped twice in fights now because every time I leg kick, they punch me in the face when I hit the ground. So I stopped doing that. That's over. Done with that.
Pro tip, she's not leg kicking. It's over. It's done.
So speaking of your boxing, how come you didn't want to pursue a boxing career? Do you think there's just more money in MMA?
No, I'm 5'2". It sucked.
Just flat
it
out.
sucked. Yeah, I was just aggressive, and that was about it. I did boxing for a while. I was never that phenomenal at it. I did well, and then I did bad, and I did well. I enjoyed it, but it got really boring. Lights were always on. There was no music. I was an amateur at the time, and I just didn't have an adrenaline anymore. Big headgear, big gloves. I'd done it since I was 11, so it was kind of just getting old. And my dad signed me up for a cage fight, and that's when I just fell in love with that.
Yeah, that's great that your dad's behind you with that. That's awesome. I mean, that's all Dana White talked about. Your season was that you come from boxing lineage. I kept thinking they kept looping the same interview with him because that was the first thing that he always said was about your boxing. But I think your jiu-jitsu is amazing as well.
Yeah, after my last fight, I've literally just been wrestling and doing jiu-jitsu nonstop all day long. And I've really enjoyed it. I'm actually trying out for the senior national tournament in Vegas at the end of March for wrestling, and see what I can do there.
That's tremendous. Yeah, that's
going to
be keeping yourself busy, and also her wrestling is going to level up just preparing for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've already been just doing a ton of wrestling, and since I have a new new training partner, we've just been putting in a lot of work, and she's phenomenal, Christy Garr. And I think we're both going to try out different weights, but I think we're just going to wrestle, and obviously still train MMA, but it'll be kind of active competition where I'm not training for a fight, but I'm training for something still, and I'll have something on my mind, and it'll keep me motivated and get to prepare for these. I don't care really what happens. I just think it'd be fun to go out there and do it my best and train with and compete against some of the best wrestlers in the world.
Well, we could definitely tell that you've been working on your wrestling because your fight with Magana, I know she's not a whiz on the ground, but your top control was unbelievable. And that's all Joe Rogan kept talking about, was how much you were able to control on the top and try and chain your submissions together. You really wanted that rear naked choke, didn't you?
Actually, I didn't. I knew it was a smart choice. I'm like, okay, rear naked choke finishes a fight. Why don't I go for this? And my coach kept telling me to, every time she belly down, cross my legs, scorpion her out, and finish the short choke. But I just wanted to ground and pound. So I kept having I'm going to go for a choke. It's not working, but that's fine because I just want to punch her in the face. So I wanted a TKO victory. Submission's easy because it's done. It's finish. She tapped out. It's over. There's no question about it. The ref stopped it. There's no question, but I really did. I didn't mind letting loose, and I wanted to sit on mount and beat her up from there.
Oh, you mean the sexist ref that didn't let your pounding of her face go on long enough?
Yeah, maybe he was distracted. Maybe he was distracted by the boob.
Yikes. Very well could have been. No one else was. I'll tell you that much.
I mean,
good God.
Yeah, Jesus. I think it's kind of ridiculous. She's like, sexist ref. I'm like, well, your boob popped out.
It's just a train wreck. Yeah.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but you did, so.
So it's fair game at this point. She hit her so hard. her boob popped out. Like that's
I should have got a bonus for the most mental strength it took to ground upon someone with their tit out. You know, like how do I not get a bonus for that?
Oh, Christ on the cross.
You think about punching someone while their boob is out. Like it's almost impossible, whether you're male or female. You know.
I'd have some trepidation if somebody's like ball popped out. Remember like Heath Herring, I think, versus somebody in Pride, and then Rampage is like, yo, is that one of Heath's nuts?
What about the Felice Justine Kish fight?
Oh no.
That wasn't good. And actually, Angela Magana in her last fight pissed her pants. So like, man, she just doesn't belong. Like, there's something wrong with her body.
Stress. Her reacting to stress leaves a lot to be desired. I guess her body just shuts down. It's like flee for God's sake, just run. Oh Christ! Imagine though, you're punching somebody and they pee on you. What do you do? Right? Like
yeah, I guess there's same thing I did with the boob. Just like try to pretend it didn't happen.
Well, I love how you got pissed when the referee stopped it. That was funny to me.
I was mad at her. Like, come on. Like, holy fuck. Like, we had to stop our fight because your boob is out. Like, that is just, ridiculous. You know, it's funny. They, like, I don't know what she decided to do with the sports bra, but, like, they ask if you want silicone, like, lining to make it stay tight. I mean, it's not that comfortable, but you get it so your boob doesn't come out. So she must have just decided not to get it, which is ridiculous because her boob popped out. So, I don't know.
I feel like it's by design with her. Everything she
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have Chris back on, so Chris, you can ask Amanda your question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about what you thought about the new weight class, if you had any plans on possibly moving up.
No, I'm actually getting tired of answering that question. People are like, want to go to 125? I'm like, who are you? No, I'm fighting at 115, and I'm not that fat.
Oh, boy. Wow.
That's not at all where I was going with that one.
I'm kidding. No,
you know.
We lost
I think
him again.
a lot of girls are... he got mad at me. Hung up.
No, I'm kidding.
No, not at all.
I was kidding. He's still. Is he mad at me? Bring him back on. I'll apologize.
No, he's gone. He's there.
I'm right here.
I'm kidding.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay, good. Well, no, I think a lot of people are moving up because it's easier for them. You know, I don't think it's easier. I actually don't mind the water weight cut. I think it helps me prepare a little bit mentally. It's a struggle. I've pretty much almost cried every time I've done it. And it's something that I actually look for, in a way I kind of secretly look forward to doing this. Because it puts me that's the hard, I just went through what it took to be where I'm at in the game. And I don't mind, like I said, it's like a mental struggle that I feel like I need to go through before I'm about to fight. And if I didn't have to do it, I honestly don't feel like it's the same fight for me. It's just, it almost feels too easy. I got to go through some hard shit for the week of my fight should be, the hardest, also the most fun week of my life.
Yeah.
Well, you said you
a lot of people, I feel like, use it as a built-in excuse.
What was that?
Can't you sit in the sauna for just 7 pounds?
Yeah, but I do the baths. I do the Epsom salt baths. Those seem to work best for me. I've done them both. Sometimes I'll sit in the sauna. Sometimes I'll sit. The Epsom salt baths? 100%, yeah. I think I did 4 baths last time and cut 7 pounds, so pretty good for me.
Oh, Chris, I wish
Tommy, you were saying something about Joe. Yeah, please. I don't even want to talk about that. But when Joanna was her excuse for losing to Rose, or her coach said something about it was because of the weight cut. I feel like that's just a built-in excuse for a lot of these fighters. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you get.
Yeah, well, and I've been on the losing end before, and you can blame it on a lot of things. You can be like, well, my walkout wasn't that great, or I didn't have the right song, or my weight cut wasn't perfect, and you can blame it on a lot of things. But when it comes down to the end of the day, your walkout didn't make you lose the fight. Your weight, you know what I mean? Definitely, weight cut and being tired is an issue, but you always seem to find, and I've found, I've had to find, I just wasn't my best that night. Well, yeah, because the person was better, so of course you weren't your best.
Yeah.
You lost. So I've definitely, it's easy as a fighter and as coaching, because they don't want to believe that person knocked you out and they're better than you. So you come up with excuses to try to, make it seem, and that helps your recovery for your next fight. She's like, oh, if I just have a better weight cut, I won't do that again. So if you accept the fact that you were maybe you suck or you weren't good enough or that person was better, it kind of takes a toll on you know, as a fighter. So I don't care if making an excuse as long as you come back stronger.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because of the take. I did hear before when you were talking about your take on Angela and how she's lost so many times, and she keeps bouncing back. I guess it is an interesting way to look at it as her being different because I think, 0-6 in the UFC, and she still manages to find the confidence in herself. And I guess the weight cut, and
right.
any excuse, like you said, is there's a reason for losing, and it might not be the weight cut. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Well, it could be the
they're
lack
going to make
of ground skill. You know, her Muay Thai is pretty good, but when you have no ground game, not in today's UFC, you need a ground game. You're going to meet somebody who's going to take you to the ground. You need a ground game. You know, straight boxers and straight kickboxers, they might have some exciting fights, but once you start getting up to the top echelon, it's not going to work, especially in your division. You definitely need a ground game in your division.
I think her, we lost her, I think. Hold on. Yeah, her call dropped. Blog Talk is beating us to shit. Hold on. Let me bring her back. Oh, I will.
Poor Chris.
All faith. See what Chris did?
The interview Chris has been waiting for, and Blog Talk just completely craps out.
Yeah, so depressing.
Here we go.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, we don't know if that was us or if that was you.
I think that was
yeah, I don't
us.
either.
Oh,
that was weird. Anyway,
but
back.
But yeah, like I was saying, your division, you 100% need a ground game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you need it all. I always try to look, and obviously when you lose fights, it helps open your eyes to what you need to improve on and stuff, and then you can go from there. But I always try to look at myself as a fighter, and if I try to think, like, if I were to build a fighter right now, to beat me, how would they be? And for a while I was like a wrestler that took me down, and that fighter would beat me. And so I just spent a long time on my wrestling, get my wrestling better, And then, okay, now, I have great wrestling. If I would build a fighter to beat me now, who is it? It's maybe a jiu-jitsu. I always just try to find the next person to beat me. Maybe after who's the person to beat me now? Maybe they have better cardio. Maybe they eat better. Maybe they train, harder. And then I do that, So I'm always trying to figure out the next place to improve on. And it's not just jiu-jitsu. It's not just wrestling. It's not just boxing. It's maybe I'm eating more. I'm getting better rest. I'm getting massages. I'm getting chiropractic work. I'm doing everything that a fighter needs to do to be the best. So I never have to wonder how much or how I could improve. I just keep working in every direction.
But how do you? How would you build a werewolf though? Eventually, I feel like you're gonna improve to the point where you're like, I need to build like a cyborg, or I need to build not a cyborg. Sorry, that's a bad choice of words, but like some sort of machine or a mythical creature. Because I feel like that's a great idea to have, but like, is there ever? It's probably never like a point you're ever gonna say, hey, I'm good.
Well, no, I think that's why No, I think that's why the sport is so interesting. You're just going to keep. There's not really an end point. You're just going to keep evolving. There's more. Like if because I have to focus on so many things. I have to do so many things. It takes time to improve in each area. Like really improve. Not just like, oh wow, she looks a little bit quicker on the ground, or wow, her wrestling looks a little bit like really improve. So in every fight, you're 100% better than you were the year before or the fight before or whatnot.
Well, so what are your plans for the holidays? You got big plans for Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, just family time, and I actually don't have anything for New Year's right now, but just spending time with my family and my boyfriend, my friends. That's about it. And then as soon as the first of the year starts, I'm getting back. I'm still in the gym right now a little bit, but not, doing 2-a-days or anything crazy right now. I used to train nonstop all the time. It was almost like a fight camp every day, all the time, even when I didn't have a fight. But now I'm trying to get better at relaxing a little bit more. So then when I'm in fight camp, I really focus in, and it feels like a big difference.
So are you gonna gorge on Christmas?
Of course, I always do. That's that's a reward. Yeah, of course.
I definitely think you deserve it. But
for me,
you don't have
it's pasteles. So what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to for you guys? For me, it's definitely pasteles and poquito. You know,
whatever that is.
It's eggnog with a little bit of beautiful rum. They mix it all together, and then 9 months later, there's like 700 more Puerto Ricans in the same.
Oh yeah, nice. That's funny.
What it is.
For my birthday in October, I always get pumpkin pie instead of cake, and I'm always cutting. The last 2 years in a row, I've been cutting weight on my birthday, so I haven't been able to eat it. So I look forward to Christmas so I can eat it. If there's pumpkin
October
pie.
what?
22nd.
No, I'm the 21st.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, October birthdays are fun.
Right.
It's a Halloween-themed birthday.
Uh-huh.
So your boyfriend's your trainer, right?
No. I have my boyfriend is a professional boxer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dated my trainer 2 years ago, so that was a while ago. That's all right.
Way to go, Tommy.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
I don't mind.
Can we drop Tommy? I'm going to try to drop. I'm sorry. My apologies. Damn.
No, because when I knew we were having her on, I rewatched the Tough 23 season to brush up on my.
That was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they don't keep up on that stuff.
That's messed up, Tommy. Let's yeah. So, any plans for New Year's? How about that? Let's kind of slide forward.
No, I don't have anything. Don't have anything right now. Just play it by ear.
The New Year's
I'm going to
cliche at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's New Year's stuff is boring.
Always. Okay, literally, my dog is losing his mind.
So what's the weather
type
like
of dog
there right now?
Yeah, no, hold on. What type of dog?
It's cold here.
Oh,
it's a pit bull.
Beautiful. Awesome. Best
yeah,
breed.
his name's Rolex. Rolex is about to get in trouble.
Yo, oh no. That's such a boss name for the dog. I like it.
Rolex, yeah, he's my watchdog.
Oh, got him. Oh, shit.
You got him?
Yeah. For a second, I'm like, wait, why would you need a watchdog? Oh, I get it.
Oh.
Because I live in... Yeah. I'm just joking. He's a wuss. Come here.
Oh, he heard something. He's like, yo, why did he talk about me?
Oh, come here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why spreading tails? See, now he's quiet. Now it's like, you got nothing to say.
Yeah, he is quiet. I'm like, get your ass in this room and stop talking, stop barking at people. I have like a 90-year-old lady that lives across the street, and I swear every time she's out, he wants to kill her. I'm like, the 90-year-old white lady that lives across the street, he wants to just attack.
I mean, but not for nothing. In Rolex's defense, is she evil? Like, do we know for sure? Is she like a war criminal?
Her name's Pearl.
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 Is that a code name? Was she?
That's a code name, yeah.
I don't know, man. Pearl? Yo. Pearl, talk to Sparrow, and let's get these plans out of the country. Like, I don't know. Maybe dog's onto something. You know, they can smell bad people. I'm sure Pearl's a nice lady. What am I saying? But I'm trying to defend. I'm trying to give Rolex some props here. You know?
Yeah, Pitbull's one of the things on my list. I just gotta wait till my kids get a little bit older.
Oh yeah.
A little bit older. I just don't want them to like squeeze the dog and then the dog flip out and bite.
Yeah, it's hard too if you get you got a puppy, so.
Yes, kids are like puppies. as little as they are, they're exactly like puppies.
That took a sideways. I feel like that's not what Amanda wanted to say. It's like Amanda's just sitting back like, okay, man. Like, I wasn't going there, but, you know.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Amanda, we want to thank you so much for coming on. I know you're busy. You have the holidays to look forward to and the time to spend with your boyfriend. We just want to thank you so much for coming on here tonight. And this is the point of the show where we give you the floor. Shout out your sponsors. Shout out everybody that you want to shout out to.
Okay. No, I'm okay. I already give my sponsor. I feel like I give enough sponsor shout outs and stuff. I don't want to take up all the time. I want to thank you guys just for having me. And if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, it's at ABCNation115.
I want to thank you for doing the Lord's work also in your last octagon. I wasn't on. I was trying to connect you, and then I was off a bit, and then I came back on when he was already saying thank you for beating the brakes off of Angel Magana. But just everybody, I'm telling you, even our own people are just like, yo, this is not who we want representing the Puerto Rican flag. Like, let's take it away from her, make her Cuban. She's Cuban now, as far as I'm concerned, so it's all good.
All right.
Maybe the Dominican Republic could take her. I don't fucking care. But thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Amanda.
Bye.
Blog Talk killing us again, bro.
Blog Talk shooting us right square in the mouth. I'm going to try to get our third co-host back on, so give me 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail. Let's see what we got.
Poor Chris.
I'm telling you, and he was so excited. Christopher, how you doing?
I'm not doing good.
He's so mad right now.
He's so tight. I'm sorry, brother. How good of an interview was she, though? I mean, I don't want to rub it in, but her phone sounded phenomenal. Whatever she's calling in on, I want to know. We gotta tweet her, or we gotta find out, because she sounded crystal clear. Holy shit!
Yo, Chris is so mad.
But Chris is tight.
I can't.
I'm sorry, bro.
I don't know what made him more mad. The Aaron Rodgers throwing 60 interceptions yesterday, or the fact that he wasn't on
why are you
the call.
If you were here right now, I would slap you right in your face, bro. You would get stopped and slapped right in the mouth.
There's no need
Come
for that.
on.
Poor guy.
And I think you know
terrible.
the answer to that one.
The fact that you weren't on the call for most of the interview.
100%.
Exactly.
Easily.
This is the one that you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
This is the one that you've been waiting for. Yeah, no, she's a fun interview. She's got good wit. She's got really good wit. Oh, man.
Fuck.
So, what do you guys think?
I'm so salty right now.
Yeah, I could tell.
He's so salty.
I was trying too.
I
want to say, like, I was trying. That it was like wrestling a fucking alligator today, guys. I was just, yikes. I'm sorry. Juggling chainsaws.
Well,
Net neutrality. Shout out to
She didn't want to call
Ajapai.
anybody out. She didn't want to call anybody out. So I want to go to the two of you. Who do you think should be Amanda's next fight after the new year? Chris, I'll go to you first since you were absentee for most of the interview.
I love when you do this, but this one's tough. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, maybe like Angie. Is Angie Hill still in the UFC, right? Yeah, she's back. Because they bounced a lot of these fighters back from Invicta back to the UFC, so it's hard to keep track. But I wouldn't mind seeing her fight someone like that. Like, so I definitely want to see her fight a striker.
Yeah.
Maybe Felice. But Felice is on a win streak, so it would be like, I'm just saying, you're asking me? Like, who's the hottest one?
Oh, hey.
Who's the hottest one? That's what Chris is going for.
Wait, come on. Amanda's like, yo, I'm so glad that guy was not on the interview, because the way his boy was hyping him and the way he's coming off now, not 100%. Oh, man. She sounded like a no-nonsense
thing out there. I can't believe she threw the tit thing out there. I was not going to say anything about the tit situation, and she threw it out there.
Tittygate? Are we going to call it, like, officially Tittygate? So I'm down.
I'm trying
I
to
mean, she
figure
straight
out
out said
who
it
she
too.
should fight next.
Like the Felice one,
Maybe
I think that would be a good one. Like, yeah, Felice is kind of on a win streak, but I don't think Felice is fighting anybody that's ranked.
Yeah. How about Paige?
She's fighting Father
How about
Time.
there's a lot of fighters.
Paige is ranked.
But
Paige is ranked.
Stop.
Who is she?
Stop. I caught that. So, you know. No.
Right. Maybe Calderwood. There's a lot of good fights. I'm looking at the division right now. There's there's a lot more fighters than you would think.
Yeah, it's a pretty stacked division. It's just the UFC doesn't promote the fucking thing. They don't promote it.
Who do you want to see her fight, Omar? What do you think? Maybe like Jessica Penne? Like who? There's so many fighters that are decent, but I feel like they forced a lot of these fighters.
Give her Carolina. That's who I want to see.
Carolina?
Yeah. Well, let's give her, she's the goodwill that she's generated by flushing the garbage out of the fucking UFC, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I hate to say it, but like, I can't stand the lady.
Isn't that who we had Felice pegged to fight next? Remember the other day we were talking about who's next for Felice, and we were so Carolina is just an interesting fight for everybody.
I think so, because she's such an enigma. You don't know whether her fight against Joanna was indicative of, a fluke, the top ceiling of what she can do, her everyday, because she's been a little inconsistent. So I think a couple of these fights could be a good yardstick, right? No?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Carolina, because in Poland, they gave her a girl that was unranked, and she went the distance with it.
That's what I don't get, exactly. Like, what the fuck? That's what I mean. It's like back and forth. You would think after.
And let's be honest,
the
fuck
brawl,
these rankings, bro.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Like, the rankings
honestly
don't mean shit.
Stop. I love Chris's. Stop with the ranking stuff. Stop.
Yeah, stop.
That's tremendous. Yeah, exactly. It was fucking
I'm trying to
great.
see, there's Paige. Paige doesn't have a fight lined up. That's perfect. Let them fight. Give Amanda a chance to get her name out there a little bit, I think that would be a good fight. Maybe not even, it wouldn't even be a good fight. I think it would be a good fight for Amanda. And I like Paige. I'm just saying, I don't,
Her approach to training is awesome. I love that, right? Like, in my mind, I'm going to see who I think would beat me, and then train like an animal to not let that happen. That tells me the ceiling is pretty high,
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's young. She's
26.
Young, so she's got
I think, right?
plenty of time in this division. Plenty of time in this division. She doesn't want to move up.
Way to go, Chris. That was tough.
Very clear.
That was tough. I love
Bro,
how
but
she
it was also tough,
like
trying to ask a question when I wasn't able to hear the rest of the interview. So I'm like, all right, what the fuck do I even say at this point?
It was tough.
I tried to get like a quick rundown from you, Omar, but it was like, I was like, what did you guys talk about? Her boxing, her jiu-jitsu. I was like, okay, so everything else is on the table?
No, I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, today was a tough break with this, with Blog Talk, but she was a trooper. She even, when we tried to we got her back on the line, she was chill. Great interview, man. I gotta say. We'll get her back on, and then Chris can just do all the talking.
I just wish Blog Talk was cooperating with that tonight.
It's net neutrality, bro. My girl said it in chat to me earlier. She's like, yo, net neutrality's begun to fuck with everybody. I'm like, yo, she might not be off the beaten path here, but who knows, man. Amanda Cooper, watch out. Watch out for this lady. She's bringing the fire.
Yeah, like I was saying.
Her name isn't Pearl. You can't call her a lady. Her name isn't Pearl. When you say lady.
That's true. No, Pearl's a spy's name. Pearl's an assassin's name.
Pearl is her neighbor.
Pearl is her neighbor, and it's an assassin's name. Like, don't get it twisted. Pearl's got like a little wrist launcher, and that's why Rolex is like, yo, I don't trust her.
I feel like everyone that's named Pearl, you have to say Miss Pearl. You can't just say Pearl.
I'd just be like, yo, what up, Pearl? Like, I loved you in the 70s. Like, you had a sweet fadeaway J before Jordan. Like, what the fuck? That's all I think of when I hear Pearl.
Well, hopefully 2018 is, I can't believe I'm saying that, 2018. Seems like 2017 just fucking flew by. Hopefully this next year is going to be a big year for her. You know what I mean? In terms of getting her some bigger fights, but she just seems content with just chilling the fuck out.
Well, she's earned it though. I feel she didn't let on.
I mean, you just fight right before the holiday. I think it's a good time to kind of just take a little break.
Exactly.
You know,
but she handled it well, and I think she didn't let it on, and she's probably not going to tell us. But the hype machine surrounding Magana that she's created for herself, that is mentally trying for any fighter. Regardless of whether they want to say it or not, it's still a factor. All this crazy hype storm that this lady used to keep herself in a job, among other things. But, and she went in, marched in, and took her out.
I think she wanted to stay on top and smashing her face in because when Magana said that she was going to make Amanda cry in front of her mom.
That was tough.
At home.
That was lack of class, as our man Tyrone would say, but not.
Bro, Paige is only ranked 12th. That's not a far off fight for her. Not
wow,
to cut
she
you off
really fell.
No, yeah.
She really fell.
Calderwood's 13th. That would also be a good fight. Stand up. Like the seer tester. Because Calderwood's got good Muay Thai.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the fights that she lost.
You got to look at this. She's coming off a win. She's 4-3. She deserves somebody at this point.
She lost to Tatiana Suarez, who was, for females, was the top pinnacle for wrestling, right? At the Ultimate finale.
That's tremendous, too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What happened with her? Where's she?
And then her loss to Cynthia Calvillo. Girls,
who's ranked number 6?
Mastermind. Girls
she's ranked 6 in the world.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's fighting, like.
Yeah.
Her getting a Felice fight is not far off.
No.
Felice.
No.
Felice is only 14-6. It's not like she's got what's her UFC record? Ain't that great either.
And you look at Angela's fights that she had before Amanda. Angela fought Michelle Waterson and Tisha Torres.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
How does she get those big name fights? I guess the tick came out in Dana's office more than we saw just on TV.
There he goes. Back to the well. Jesus Christ. Yo.
I'm just saying.
Yo, I mean, we didn't even touch. One thing I forgot to ask her, and I'm kind of kicking myself about, is what she did feel. But I'm glad we didn't, though, because I felt I didn't want to make the interview too much about Magana somehow, even though she, but what she felt about that, I'm going to go fight lesser competition for more money sort of line. I think that's something I want to pose to
shit all over that. You know that.
Yeah, it would have been a nice. It would have been a nice T-ball. Not that she needed him. She gave a great interview, but it's always fun, She dropped Tittygate on us. Who knows? With a little prodding, who the fuck knows what would come out?
I still can't believe she brought that up. I was not going to bring it up. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. She brought it up.
It was the best.
She did the work for me.
Of course she did. No, she's an animal. She's a werewolf. I wasn't joking. Eventually she's gonna be like, well, what am I gonna construct to fight me? What, a fucking dragon? Like, yo, you're killing bitches. Like, what are you doing? You're hitting them so hard the titties are popping out of their chest. Like, you're well on your way to
doing it.
I
still can't help but laugh at poor Chris.
Oh man, I want a personal apology. It was like riding a Bronco, but what are you gonna do? So, oh boy.
Oh man. Well, so next week, and it's funny because Sean had messaged me just now. Hey, did you guys talk about me yet? So we'll be excited to get him back on next week. It's always fun talking to Sean. Big bastard.
Big one.
So that's going to be a good one a day after Christmas. So what?
And it's also nice
before we go.
That they.
What's up?
Go ahead. No, go
no,
ahead.
What were you going to say?
I'll just talk.
No. What were you going to say?
It's nice that they tell him what he's getting already. So he knows what he's got to prepare for. He doesn't have to wait.
Well, because when he was given his interview, the first thing he was about to say, what he was saying was, "I want my title shot," and the announcer was like, "Yep, I just got the word now. Your next fight will be a fight for the title."
It's amazing.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, what is the plans for Christmas for you guys? Chris, you go first.
I have no idea. I might be working Christmas Eve.
Well, what about Christmas Day?
I don't know. Nephews, family,
Santa.
Same shit.
Santa.
Omar?
Same stuff. We do with my nieces. We always have a tradition of in the morning we all put on pajamas. They come over and we open gifts here. So I'm looking forward to busting out some PJs. I might actually wear jeans.
Omar, you should try putting them on at night and sleeping in them. It works too.
I gotta get out of here. Come on.
I wake up in the morning, I put on my pajamas.
Yeah, that was my wife's idea. I'm gonna have a house full of people and everybody's gonna be in pajamas.
Oh, Chris, I'm still
for Christmas.
over. You should try sleeping. I mean, looking at it from the outside, yeah, it sounded ridiculous because I don't do pajamas to sleep. I just wear like fucking basketball shorts, like the old school.
Yeah,
Fuck
we're not in our late 50s. We don't wear pajamas to bed.
If I do, I'm gonna start smoking a pipe though. So if you ever see that on Facebook, that I've then switched to pajamas before waking up. So that'll
with
be
a robe with a robe, a pair of slippers, and a newspaper.
100%. I saw that too. That was on Nick at Night, black and white, right? I'm right there with you. Yeah. See?
All right, guys. So listen, we are going to wrap this one up. Great interview with ABC Nation. I had a lot of fun with her on. Thank you very much for coming on. Next Tuesday, guys, it will be Takedown Tuesday. We will have the CFFC future champion, Sean Teague, calling in. And, guys, fans, Merry Christmas. And I will talk to you guys next week. So thank you to our sponsors, 80K Fightwear, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, Madama Jiu-Jitsu, and 2 Minute Warning Sports 360. We are Pride Rules Podcast. Good night.